Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out with this nerd.
I'm Nerdarchist Ted.
And today we have a viewer question from Sonic Lash. And there was a whole funny conversation that happened around that earlier. But, so basically he's dealing with unskilled players in his game, in his estimation.
Well, if you're an unskilled player and you want to get weekly gaming tips delivered to you, why don't you jump down to the description below, sign up for Nerdarchy, the newsletter, and not only will you get those gaming tips, but you'll also learn how to game with us.
So one of the things that Sonic Lash is talking about here is a scenario where he's got 3 players. It's you put them up against a CR3 challenge, Displacer Beast, they're 3rd level. He's like, it should be a cakewalk. Now they're okay. So the CR system is a little wonky in 5th edition. So I will say, 3-3 they match up. It should be okay. But the truth of the matter is, you always have to go by the XP budget, and there is one factor that you might be missing, and that is the fact that if you have a party of 3, which is less than 4, it actually changes the XP budget.
Right.
I think it moves it up by 50%.
I believe so.
I could be mistaken. So that actually changes the difficulty of the encounter. What's the Displacer Beast actual number for 700?
Yeah.
So it's actually 10. What does that make it? A 1050 for the XP budget. Right. So it is actually a little bit more challenging.
That would actually fall into the deadly, I believe. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. And to me, in some ways, the idea that your players don't play optimally as a GM is a gift, because that means you're going to be able to do things with them for longer that maybe you wouldn't necessarily be able to do. Because if you have veteran players that are min-max and everything, and they're tactical to the max, they're chewing these monsters up and these encounters up like they're going out of style. But when you have players that aren't really playing that way, you get more bang for your buck as the GM. You can use the same monsters longer. You can use the same monster and the same kind of scenario multiple times as almost like a teaching lesson to see if they change their tactics, if they improve, if they get better with what they're doing.
Now, 3rd edition, the way the formula was, a challenge rating, let's use 3 against a party of 4 to 5 3rd level characters was considered that it would deplete 1/6 of the overall party's resources.
Very mathematical.
It was absolutely mathematical, and there were times that the numbers utterly failed based off of crit failures, crit successes, whatever have you. But in general, there was times where it would just go completely one-sided. Oh, the DM totally failed initiative, and the party wiped it out before it even had a turn. It should have gotten a surprise round, and because of a horrible stealth roll, it didn't happen. So there's all these different factors.
Or a really good perception check or something.
Right. So there's different ways to factor it. I think too many people have been playing long enough that they went from 3rd to 4th to 5th, and they saw that, oh, this has got a challenge 3, so they're just assuming that it's designed for a 3rd level party, and in some cases that's not the case. They might have missed the factor of, well, I've only got 3 people in the party, so therefore a challenge 3 is actually going to be far more challenging for the situation.
Right, we don't have any of the details of the encounter either. We don't know, did the Displacer Beast surprise them? Did the players have a bunch of bad rolls? Did the GM make a couple crits? Because that changes things real fast in the game and in the scenario. You struggling there, Ted?
I'm trying to find the chart where it actually gives the breakdown.
See, we don't even use XP in our games. It's whatever, XP.
Well, yeah, and truth be told, in our game, we just level the party when we feel that it's time. And there's sometimes it's been 3-4 sessions. Other times it's we played 1 session. Go ahead and level again.
I do do an XP budget. I figure out what the XP budget is for my players before I set up my my game, and what I essentially will do is like I just list like easy, medium, hard, and deadly, and and the numbers for each of them for my players at that level, so that and I put that right at the top of my notes. So this way I have something to reference when the game's going on. Just to get an inkling of how this is going to affect them. So a third level party. So for 3 of them, a deadly encounter would be 1200 XP.
All right, so at 1050, it's not quite deadly, but
yeah, but 675 is hard. So and that's the monster like without any modifiers right there.
Right.
And then when you go, oh well, they actually the number for the party is actually under that. Then that changes the party size. Blah, 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 blah. If the party contains fewer than 3 characters, apply the next highest modifier. Okay, so they're saying they change it at under 3, not 3, but still, even 700, that's 675 is a hard encounter.
Right.
So, so there you're, by the book anyway, you're like right on. And then, as we discussed, there's any number of factors that can change that. Luck with the die rolls. Again, bad tactics. Absolutely. Are the party doing things that like cut themselves off from help? Do you have a rogue that is attacking the monster and he doesn't have an ally adjacent to it, so
no sneak.
So he's not getting a sneak attack every round. Like there's all these different things, but again, I don't see it as a problem. Dude, it's a blessing in disguise. Use it. Have fun with it. Like throw that counter at them again later on and see how they handle it. Or when they get even higher in level. You could throw it at them, and now it's a cakewalk. When where at third level they 2 of the players almost bought it. So it's a way to show them improvement. And, displacer bases aren't really any joke either.
They're not. I mean, at a challenge 3, they have 85 hit points. The natural displacement. They get 2 attacks that essentially are going to do a total of 2d6 plus 4 damage. That's enough that if you've got.
Yeah, you hit twice in a round against one player. 4d6 plus 8, and third level you're looking at even a fighter at third level is only 12, 22. If you got a good con, 30 hit points. Like 4d6 max is 24. And it's not really hard to get that far off. Plus 8, that you could literally drop a fighter in one round.
Right.
With that attack. Now, if you're looking at the rogue, he's got even less hit points.
Right.
So dude, I think your players were. I think everything seems to be on par, and maybe they could have handled the situation a little bit better. But like I said, bad rolls, all that stuff, and even if they are unskilled players and they don't use tactics and stuff like that, these are learning experiences that hopefully, as they play the game more, they're going to be able to grow.
Right. So as far as things that the players can do, if you think that their characters are more equipped to deal with a situation than they're actually acting, you're more than capable of saying you can do this instead when they say they have an action, and try to help them out on it if the players have tactical situations that are mechanically there that they're not exploiting. Out of game, talk to them about it and try to get them to pair up those mechanics. Oh, this guy does better if he's got an ally within 5 feet. Okay, make sure that happens. Make sure, all right, well, the rogue can hold his initiative until the barbarian charges in. Well, now the barbarian's going to soak up those attacks while the rogue goes in, and now he's able to sneak. So that's just...
because here comes the thing, right? Player knowledge versus character knowledge. Usually we have the difficulty with players using too much knowledge, but it can go the other way where the player doesn't use enough knowledge because you're not really a warrior born in a fantasy setting that's been fighting for his life all the time. So in my opinion, it is okay as the DM to step in and go, hey, these are some other options, some other ideas that your character might be aware of that you're not. Or you can totally flip the script and have fun with it and let the players like come up with reasons why they suck at things, that maybe they should be good at. Like you could totally turn it into in-game stuff, and and if they play it, well, give them inspiration for it or something.
Right.
Like as long as everybody's having fun, like it doesn't really matter. They're like I would never try and tell a player they're playing the game wrong.
Right.
Just because they're not using their character in the most optimal way.
Optimal is not something that Nerdarchy really cares about. We play this game to have fun, and you're more than welcome to play D&D or any role-playing game however your group enjoys. But that being said, if they're having less fun because the challenges you think you're putting out there are on par and they're getting their butts kicked, then we need to balance the scales in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, make it fun. Yeah, you just gotta find the fun for your game and whatever that is.
Right.
So you guys, you can let us know in the comments below your thoughts on the matter. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can support us over on Patreon.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.